Okay, this is a sneak preview of something that's coming up soon on Weird Stuff in a Can. I've been off to Shirley, Southampton today, and I found a little shop called Casks and Corks. Fantastic little old school wine and beer merchant. Really good range of interesting wines, spirits, beers and ales. And I've bought myself 7 cans of interesting ale. Now, I'm not going to show you what these are because they're going to be a surprise. We're going to do a week of weird beer on Weird Stuff in a Can, but just a sneak preview. I'll show you one of them. So we've got Neapolitan Pale. This is an ice cream flavoured pale ale. Okay, the others are going to remain secret until we do the week of weird beers. We're up here on top of St Catherine's Hill in Winchester today, mainly to pick walnuts, and actually I've done pretty well. I've got some lovely green walnuts there for pickling in the bag, but I thought we'd just stop and have a look at this. This is the Miz-Maze on top of St Catherine's Hill, and it's a bit of a mysterious thing really, because nobody really knows where this has come from. There's all sorts of local legends about where this maze comes from. It is a turf maze cut into the turf here at the top of the hill. I've done an article on my website about this, on the Atomic Shrimp website. I'll put a link to that in the video description if you want to find out more about the Miz-Maze at St Catherine's Hill. But we're going to head for home now and get these walnuts pickled. So we're just looking out over Winchester there, and that cloud, I think that's actually rain falling over there, so I think we're, yeah, in fact I can feel mist coming down right now. But just going to say, this walking stick, this is exactly where you need a stick like this, a steep hill like this. A nice long walking stick is just perfect to act as a third limb going down or indeed uphill, to just give you that extra boost of steadiness and power going down a hill like this. Now, if you saw yesterday's Weird Stuff in a Can episode, you'll know about Dorset knob throwing. I thought I couldn't really leave this without having a go at that myself. So I'm going to take one of these down the park and see how far I can throw it. Right, let's give this a go. The dog's disappeared off, so she won't chase after this herself. Well, by my reckoning, that was about 30 metres. It broke apart on first impact with the ground. I don't know if that disqualifies it or not, but I've just managed to fit it back together. I'm just going to have another go and see if I can get same distance or further. I probably should have brought more than one with me. That's it, it's all gone now, you've eaten it. I'm down here at the park and I'm just going to wander through this bit of woodland here. Now this woodland is quite curious really. This is only about 22, 25 years old, and I'm old enough to remember when this was actually just part of the field, and they planted a bunch of trees down here, little saplings and seedlings, and it's grown up into, well, it's not mature woodland, but it's grown up into a little copse in the space of that time, and it's now a shady little woodland copse. It's got woodland understory plants in it, so there's some hogweed here, and we've got herb bennet here, and a bunch of other things. So there are brambles underneath here and a number of other woodland understory plants. You've got a carpet of ivy there on the ground. One thing that is conspicuously missing, obviously wrong time of year, but when it was the right time of year, was conspicuously missing from this woodland is bluebells. So I was thinking actually I might try to help English bluebells get established in this little bit of woodland. So that's what we're going to do. Now the question is how to do that, because you're not allowed to dig up wild bluebells, and rightly so. However, there is another option for spreading them around. I mean, I could buy some bluebell plants from somewhere where they're cultivated, or I could dig them up from some private woodland if I had the landowner's permission. But let's try something a little bit more natural than that. This is the little bluebell dell that I quite often walk past, and I've commented on, and we've enjoyed the bluebells here early in the spring. A couple of times, I think, on my videos. The bluebells, all that's left of them now is these seed pods. Now these are not quite ripe, so we'll have to keep on visiting here, but throughout this bit of woodland there are these little seed stems from the bluebells. Now those seeds want to be distributed, they want to be scattered, and they want to be moved to another location so that they can try growing there. And I think probably the kind of least nature intrusive way we can spread these bluebells around is to oblige those seeds to actually pick a few of them when they're ripe, which is not today, and take them to a new growing location, which will be that stretch of new woodland up in the park. So sometime over the next few weeks, in one of my random weekend videos, we will pick some of these bluebell seeds. They will dry out and the seed pods will open up, and then they will be able to be picked, or actually the seeds will just be able to be shaken out. No, don't eat that. The seeds will just be able to be shaken out of there. So we'll shake some seeds out into a little envelope and we will carry them up to a new growing location. Now that will be probably a 2 to 3 year project to actually watch that come to fruition, if it does, because the first year, if the seeds grow, I'm not actually going to grow them as plants, I'm just going to put them in another location. And so the first year they grow, they'll just be like little blades of grass almost. They won't produce any flowers, they will just grow as immature bluebell plants, and it's probably only after the second year that we will see any flowers. So anyway, but I think it's quite an interesting thing to try. So yeah, in amongst there's some more bluebell seeds there. So we're going to try moving some of these seeds to another location, just to see if we can assist nature a little bit in spreading this beautiful plant around. So I guess that's probably all for this random weekend video. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.